This is Dave Moss with BIC Trikes. I'm going to show on a Boulevard C90, Suzuki Boulevard C90. It's a 2005. One of the things you have to do if you're doing a DIY shipable kit and you want to know how to make the brackets, the first thing you're going to notice is I built a spot where this is supposed to be. So this goes on here like that normally. I pulled out the 2 Allen wrenches they have here. And I basically take this and I bolt it to a piece of metal, and then I grind around it, put tape around it so you don't hurt it, and I grind around it to make the shape that you need. And you can see the shapes on there. Now I'm going to end up welding out 1 1/4 inch square tubing out this way that will hook to the frame. So I wanted to show that off. I'm going to show not all the video in detail, but we are going to show on the C90 some of the things you have to do. So that's the first thing that you'll end up wanting to do to get the frame, is you're going to end up wanting to build this bracket. If all you have is this kind, you can see you can pull that off. It's not hard. And then take a piece of 1/4 inch flat stock and you basically shape it out for it as far as that goes. That's a 2 inch, and just in case you're wondering, it fits in it just about perfect. And you can see the other side is already done too. They are 2 different sizes, so take each one out and shape it out as it. This side's a little longer than the other side. Like I said, we'll show putting that on there and welding it. And then the second thing I want to talk about is on the back end of these, of course, I'll take the saddlebag off and I'm going to put this right here because this whole saddlebag's got the bracket built in. So we're going to put an 1.5 inch angle 1 by 1/8 inch thick right here down. But on this side, you'll notice that some of them have a helmet lock, which you can't get to once you have a saddlebag on, so it's kind of pointless. So on the helmet lock one, you can see it's going to interfere. So I'm going to pull that off because that's going to be a problem. So I'll end up pulling this one off. So if you have a saddlebag bracket, when you pull your saddlebag off, make sure that you pull that off because it's going to be interfering as far as that goes. So I just wanted to show you that on this 2005 Suzuki Boulevard C90 so that you may know how to build the brackets on it. So if you're doing that with the DIY shipable kit, you can see exactly what you need to do. I want to do this quick video in here of how to put the axles on when you get them. So they're pre-drilled in your DIY shipable kit, but we have a tolerance, so we could be all the way out to our tolerance, and then these here could be to the end of the tolerance, and it makes it where it doesn't quite bolt up right. So I'm going to show you how to take care of that. You'll need a step drill like this bit. That's a DeWalt one, is one I use. You want to make sure that it's a 1/4 inch on each step. That works out great. A tap, and that's an 8 by 1.25 tip tap right there. And you can see I use mine all the time. And then of course this. Now what I did first was I took the step drill and I drilled all these holes out, making sure, because they get rubber and stuff in them. So that's the first thing you do. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this on here, put 2 bolts. I got to have 2 hands, and then show you what you do from there. Okay, I got it on by hand, and you'll notice I put one here by hand, one here diagonally. Sometimes the hose aren't right, you have to go the other way, but diagonally usually gets it. And then what I'll do is I will go ahead and tighten down the first 2. Bam. Bam. Now you'll notice that the hose aren't exactly. Some of them are, but some of them aren't. So this is where I take my step tool and I go ahead and help myself out. The reason why you want the 1/4 inch step tool is because when it goes in there, it doesn't hurt the thread. So I go like this until I get it down to the size that it's supposed to be. You can see it hits that in like that. If it falls right in, I don't need to worry about it. If it don't, I do a quick hit. See how that just fell in? That means that it's good. So that's just how I did that. Now I usually take my blower and blow this stuff off, but I'm doing a video. So then what I do is I take my bits and I'll put them in here. I'll start them off by hand. If any of them have any resistance, see, that went in nicely. Any resistance at all, I'll pull it out and I will tap it. This looks like it's not going to have any resistance on any of them. But I'm going to show you because, as a matter of fact, these didn't. Now, like I said, if they have any resistance, if you're doing it by hand, you should know what it feels like when it's trying to cross thread because something's not quite angled right. But if it isn't, all you do, if it's resistance, put this in like this. And then, of course, mine's, you can do the hand ones. Since I do this all the time, I got this kind. You have to forgive the shaking. I'm hooking up stuff. But, and then you just go, and then bring it. That might have been one I would have had to done it anyway because it was a little resistancy. You put it in, and then you just go back to doing. See, once again, I got to switch this out. Voila! So I wanted to show you that because some people have got a hold of me. These things don't line up perfect. We have tolerances, and since 2020, for some reason, their tolerances are a lot more relaxed than they used to be. So if I'm all the way on the end of mine on one end and they're the other end, you have that issue. So that's exactly how you do it. You just run a step through each one once you get it on there. And then if there's one that you go to put it in, it's tight, it doesn't seem like it's doing right, run it through with a tap. And once again, the tap is a 8mm tap, 1.25 threads on these. So that's how you do that. See how I built the brackets. I used 1 1/4 square tube. I capped it. And what I did to get the measurement on it was I simply measured from here out to past this thing here by 2 inches. So I want to be 2 inches because it's 1 1/4. I'm going to put a 2-inch flat steel in the way I'm building this one. So I measured it out, ended up being 6.5 inches on both sides. And then I take 1/4 inch thick flat stock, as you can see right here. Then by 2 inches. And then I cut them where they fit on here. I drill holes where they match. I put the 7/16 bolts through them. They have 5/8 heads and 11/16 on the bottom end with the nuts. I welded the nuts in, so they're welded in. So when I pull this out and put it back on, I don't have to worry about the nuts falling out. And that's pretty much it. Tack it all up. Get everything tacked up. Don't tack it to this yet. Don't tack it to this yet. Just get everything tacked up here. Make sure you like it by having clamps on it. Pull it off. Weld all this solid. Now, after welding all this solid, then you bring it back up, clamp it again, and then I'll tack it here. And when I'll tack this in, and then I tack this in. Then I unbolt it on both sides, move the frame out of the way, pull this off, and weld it fully solid. That's the reason why this is welded up completely solid, because I got done doing that. I just have a lot of work to do, so I don't have time to do step by step, so I'm just going to explain it real quick. Then on the back end of this Boulevard, because this one, the exhaust is in the way of putting it where I normally do, because I normally put it here. The exhaust in the way, I got to do what I've done on that Sportster that I showed in my other video, where I go above it. So while the bags were on, I did a measurement, double checked the measurement, and I cut this angle iron. It's an 1.5 inch angle iron by 1/8 inch thick. Drill the hole, bring it down. You can see I plasma cut and grind it so it doesn't touch anything. And then what I do is I measured out from here to the end of here, straight with a level. Then I minus 1/4 inch because I can add that to the square tubing, and that's what I cut. Then I add the 1/4 inch. So it was 5 5/8. No, it's 5 3/4. Sorry, 5 3/4. Add that equal dead 6. So it was being dead 6. Once I get that on there, I can hold it good enough with a level that I can measure from down here to up, which ended up being 9 inches. Put a cap on that. Drill a hole, bolt it in, and it's not welded yet, but it's ready to be. You can see it's not welded yet, but see everything's level. Then I just simply take a level, make sure that my sides are level, like it is, or level-ish. It's kind of touching one end, but it doesn't matter. I just want to make sure it doesn't look bad. And then this way, same way, level. And I'm like, okay, so now this is ready to be tacked in. And then after I tack it in, I'll unbolt this, pull this off, take it over there and weld that whole square in, because I'm going to tack it in 4 corners, and I'm going to tack this. And then while I have this off, I'll do some welding on this so it'll hold. Same thing over here. And then that's how you do the Boulevard brackets. So if you like this video, hit like, subscribe. We'd appreciate it. Once again, if you have any questions, comments, we'd appreciate that. You can also get a hold of us at 765-242-6651 if you have any questions or would like to place an order. BIC stands for Brothers in Christ, where Jesus Christ gets all the glory. Thank you so much, and God bless.